night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. But tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the LA Chargers.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. Oh, a good return up past the 30. But he gets it all the way down inside the 30. What a terrific return.
As the excitement continues to swirl after that return, if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about keeping that excitement going. Already in scoring position, I've got to take some shots at the end zone right now.
Let's go now. Packers 60. Packers.
Abanikanda on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Throwing is McCarthy. And he's got it. Touchdown. Aaron Jones. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Down.
On play action, Lance. Oh, the RPO will keep it himself. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So in prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Chargers, 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Lance looking to throw it. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Deion Henley in there to bring him down.
Loss of 8 yards.
And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you've got a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now
or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
To the air with McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Here's McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And for all the routes to keep an eye on in this one, they've got to find a way to take away the crossing routes. Those are the ones that when a receiver catches it on the run, those can really hurt a defense.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now a play fake. Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Chargers at 4-3, a game over 500. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Here's 2nd and 10. Lance looks to throw again. Now he's going to step up and run. He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey. Down to the 10. Touchdown, LA! Led McConkey, 66 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Now McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First down, Minnesota.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On the handoff for Banacanda. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw McCarthy.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
McCarthy's pass.
Calling the gain of 3 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down.
And from the gun, here's a Banacanda. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
They'll run forward with Mason. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
7-7, our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Shotgun now for Lance. Over the middle, complete. It's Hampton. And he gets this one in midfield before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
17.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From midfield, here's Lance. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
J.K. Scott.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the third round.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. McCarthy. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Tui Pelotu got in and dropped it.
Loss of 6 yards.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you get someone to tackle him.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 39. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
McCarthy off the play fake. Now he'll tuck this and run. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They give now to Abanikanda.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Israel Abanikanda, his third rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Quality coverage that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
Play action, now it's Lance.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Second and 9 now from the 21. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Here's a diving catch right side. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy.
They'll set up the screen to Abanikanda.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. That's down the field for Jefferson.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here's a quick throw out wide by Lance, complete.
His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
The Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Back to Hampton on first down. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lance.
And this is caught at the end. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 2 big plays in succession of the Chargers on the move.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Working from the gun, Lance. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And Yeah, just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Hampton will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 14. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
Well, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
The RPO, he'll keep it himself. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Here's Abanikanda. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Abanikanda once again. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Back at the 43-yard line.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Minnesota.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
And now an audible here into something else. From the shotgun, McCarthy. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson from 8 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
21. Chargers 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and they went back where they started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Final minute now of the third quarter. They'll work inside here. Hampton. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
It's a gain of 12 yards. Leads to 3rd and 11.
Here's Lance. Hard throw, incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing is McCarthy. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
36-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2nd down and a yard. Lance going to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Lance looking to throw it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To the air with McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finished this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now a 2nd and 10. On play action. Now McCarthy. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
A gain of 10.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Here's McCarthy. Pressure comes and down he goes. Adafe Owe able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. 3rd and inches and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass and it backfires. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot him now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now Lance. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
Here's Lance to throw it. That's complete to his running back, Hampton. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. They will run forward with Hampton. And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down as they'll take this up to the 38-yard line. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
11 more
That gets
yards.
them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Chargers first down.
Here's first
and
down
10 at the 49-yard line.
Zone read, a give to Hampton. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Here's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
A run once more with Hampton.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hampton. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
2 timeouts still available. Keep that in mind. Here's first and 10. Lance looking to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. Let's call the one. And he will not get into the end zone. The defense makes the stop of the game on the 2-point try, and they might just get out of here with a win after all. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And he's across for a late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Will Reichert, the kickoff for the Vikings.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. This is first and 10. Here's Lance.
Wide open receiver complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go. Time for one final heave. One final try now for Lance. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll have a few extra days here now before they face the Lions next.
Like yellow on leaves, ball like an all-white shirt, no sleeves. Tell her put it like me, blowing a coffee to sleep. You weak, chic. The web look at the boots, fleet. Headache, got a hook till she give me a headache. Send me a text, I ain't reading no essay.